Hi, JJ Hill friends. It's Miss Sharon. Today, I would love to read you a book. It's one of my favorite summer books, and it's called Garmin Summer. This book was written and illustrated by Steen Hole, and the publisher is Erdman Books for Young Readers, an imprint of William B. Erdman's publishing company. And they give me permission to read this book. So, shall we begin? Okay. Garmin Summer. Garmin Summer will soon be over. The grasshoppers are singing and the 3 old ants are coming to stay. Garmin closes his eyes and thinks of black slugs and itchy mosquito bites and starting school. He opens his eyes again and looks at the apple tree. The branches are like crooked fingers pointing to the sky. Soon it will be autumn. Every year the ants come for a few days, bringing rheumatism, hernias, and almond tart. They arrive by boat from another time, always with the package for Garmin. Garmin is almost as tall as the ants, even though he's only 6 years old. Every summer, the ants shrink a bit in the sun, Garmin thinks. Soon they won't be able to see over the grass. A ladybug flies on the wind and lands on Garmin. It has 6 black spots on its back. Daddy says, ladybugs bring luck. Garmin makes 3 quick wishes before he hugs the ants. They feel soft and pillowy against his cheek. You are so thin and pale, the ants say with a smile. Thank you, you too, Garmin says with a bow. Before he has undone the paper, Garmin knows what is in the soft package. A knitted hat with a pom-pom on top. Not a black hat with a Batman patch as he wanted. Garmin gets the same present every single year. Now he has 6 hats with pom-poms, the same number as the spots on the ladybug. What are you going to be when you grow up? Aunt Augusta whispers to Garmin, putting a dollar bill in his hand so the others don't see. A fireman? Oh, football player? A fire eater, Garmin answers, putting the money in his pocket. How do you feel about starting school? Do you have butterflies in your tummy? Auntie Borghild asks. I'm scared, Garmin answers, wondering how butterflies get in your tummy. Auntie Ruth furrows her brow. I'm scared too, she whispers. Soon I will have to use a walker with wheels. You can borrow my skateboard, Garmin answers, imagining Auntie Ruth skating along the pavement at full speed. Auntie Ruth laughs. Garmin climbs up the plum tree and listens to the ants praising the brightly colored garden. They all talk at the same time, clap their hands, and flit from plant to plant like bees. You certainly have a green thumb, they say to Garmin's mother. Daddy says you have roses in your cheeks too. Grown-ups speak in such a strange way, Garmin thinks. Listening to his aunts, he realizes that listening to his glance, he realizes that the flowers had the same names as old ladies. Gladiola, Delilah, Chrysanthemum, Marigold, Petunia. Not one of Garmin's teeth is loose yet, and school's beginning tomorrow. Now it's urgent. Every evening all summer, Garmin has been feeling his teeth in the front of the mirror. The neighbor girls, Hannah and Johanna, have both lost their 2 front teeth. They are going to start first grade too. The twins can do everything Garmin doesn't dare to do. Bicycle, walk tightrope on the fence, and hold their heads underwater. They can already read, and they can spell rhubarb backwards and forwards. Garmin feels his front teeth again, but no matter how hard he presses, they will not budge. The ants have lost all their teeth. Now they wear dentures. After lunch, the ants take a snooze in the backyard. Garmin sneaks over to peek at their teeth. Auntie Ruth and Auntie Augusta have put their dentures in a glass of water. But Auntie Borghild has just loosened hers. Every time she breathes out, her teeth slide back and forth. Auntie Borghild has lots of wrinkles and long white hairs on her chin. The wrinkles remind Garmin of rings on a tree. He traces a vein on the thick white skin of her hand with his fingers. Blind people use their fingers too, Garmin thinks, and he closes his eyes. Auntie's skin feels like paper. Suddenly, she wakes up with a start and adjusts her dentures. Garmin asks, "Were you ever a child?" Auntie Borghild thinks for a while. A dragonfly hovers in the air. Then she smiles and speaks. "Yes, 150 years ago," she says, and she laughs so hard she shakes. "Are you going to die soon?" Garmin asked. Auntie Borghild looks up at the branches of the apple tree. "Yes, it probably won't be long now." She straightens her dress. "Then I'll put my lipstick on and my best dress, and I'll travel in the great starry wagon in the sky until I come to a large gate. I'll go through that gate and wander into the garden as beautiful as yours, just a bit bigger." "Are you scared?" Garmin asked. Auntie Borghild nods slowly. She takes her hairbrush from her bag and runs it through her silver gray hair, which glistens in the sun. "Yes, Garmin, I'm scared of leaving you, but the big garden could be exciting." Auntie Ruth is next to wake. "What are you scared of?" Garmin asked. "The long winter," the Auntie Ruth answers. "All old ladies are scared of winter. The cold, dark nights, snowplows and slippery pavement and shoveling snow, and trudging through the snow in heavy boots with a walker." Strange that anyone could be scared of winter, thinks Garmin, imagining the snowman he's going to build, sledding in the park, and hot chocolate with marshmallows. Auntie Augusta isn't scared of anything. She is a bit forgetful and doesn't remember what it's like to be scared. I'm looking forward to an almond tart, she says to Garmin. If you can't remember anything, you've got nothing to be scared of, Garmin thinks. Are you scared of anything? Daddy and Garmin are sitting on the doorstep drinking juice. Daddy doesn't seem to hear the question. Almost every evening, Daddy plays violin in the orchestra pit at the theater. Sometimes Garmin is allowed to go too, but he can't see his dad in the dark, even though Dad sits on a cushion. If Garmin stares hard, now and then he can catch the violin bowl sticking up over the edge. Tomorrow, Daddy is going to go on tour with the orchestra. Garmin has seen the black suit and the violin case ready in the hall. I'm scared of losing you and Mama. I'm scared of leaving you and Mama, Daddy says finally. And I always get scared before a concert. What if I play too fast? He takes a deep breath. I think everyone's scared of something. Even Hannah and Johanna? Even Hannah and Johanna, Daddy says. Then he goes to the attic and practices. Tomorrow, Mama will take Garmin to school. She already bought him a new lunchbox and a new backpack. She will help him tie his shoelaces and button his shirt. When they get to the main road, they will look both ways before Garmin crosses. Mama and Garmin have been practicing this all summer. See if you recognize anyone on this bus. There's lots of famous people on it. Surrounding the garden is a hedge with the secret passages inside. Hundreds of tiny sparrows live there. If Garmin sits absolutely still, they will come out. He creeps in and gives a few crumbs to the birds, who twitter and warble with delight. There's a dead sparrow on the ground. Garmin picks it up with his hands and he strokes it gently. The gray feathers at the back of its neck are still soft. He puts the bird in a big empty matchbox and buries it in the ground. Then he makes a cross with 2 sticks and places it on top. Garmin hears the aunties' voices, laughter, and the clink of coffee cups in the garden. When you die, you travel in the great starry wagon in the sky, thinks Garmin. But first of all, you have to be buried. Mama clears the table while the ants play checkers. Are you scared of anything, Mama? Garmin whispers from inside the hedge. Mama looks around. Then she crouches down on the grass and speaks very softly to the hedge. I'm scared of Garmin crossing the main road on his way to school. The cars go so fast. I hope you'll be careful. She gets to her feet and brushes the grass off her knees. Then, on her way to the house with the cups, she stops. She goes back to the hedge. She whispers, I'm also scared to go to the dentist on Tuesday. That reminds Garmin of something. He presses every one of his teeth as hard as he can. The ants are leaving. They have all the time in the world, but no time to lose. The three ladies fill their bags with homemade jam and flowers and magazines and say, "What a wonderful show the summer's put on this year." Garmin wishes summer had only just started. Mama puts the red dress back in the attic. There they go. Garmin is allowed to go down to the bay and watch the boats. 3 deep blasts of the ship's horn and the Antes leave the town behind them. He watches them get smaller and smaller. He watches them. Soon they will be traveling into heaven. They wave at Garmin until the boat is a dot merging into the clouds. On the very last evening of summer, Garmin checks his school bag once again. He organizes his pencil case. 1 soccer ball eraser, 8 color pencils, a new pencil sharpener, a broken ruler, and 2 sharp pencils. He puts everything back in the case and makes sure the zipper runs smoothly. The wasp on the windowsill are dozy. His 6th summer went much too fast. Garmin thinks as he buckles his backpack, he can feel a cool breeze. From the corner of his eye, he sees the first leaf fallen from the apple tree. Before going to bed, he checks his teeth one last time to see if any are loose. 13 hours to go before school starts, and Garmin is scared. The end. Well, I know that this was the ending of summer for Garmin, and this is the beginning of summer for all of us. I still love this book. It just reminds me that we're all connected and we all feel things in a deep way. I hope you loved this story, and let me know if you did the next time you see me. Bye for now.